Welcome to Movie Life Crisis. Join us as we watch the best movies from 30 years ago.
Just imagine the orchestral Oscar music that should be f***ing playing. It isn't.
Oh, man.
Movie Life Crisis Season 3, Episode 27, our 1993 awards show, our Nathan's, which we just made up as a stupid joke, and now we're sticking with. We're just discussing.
No, we're riding that to the ground.
Yeah, into the ground, underneath the ground. I guess we should explain what the point of that joke was. If anything makes a great joke, it's a lot of explanations. Oscars is the actual award show, and Oscar is the name of a hot dog brand. And I was like, how about Nathan's? That's another hot dog brand, which we actually like better.
Yes, we definitely like it better. I like how if you explain it, it makes it funny. That's definitely a thing.
Yeah, dude, let's get into this and figure out who gets the golden wiener.
Oh, man.
So we did this, I think, last year for our first time. We did a year in review because we had a full year. Finally, we did like 26, 27 movies last year. We did 26 this year. Like, all right, let's go look at all the ratings that we did and let's figure out like what our favorite movies were and our favorite quotes, the best performances, best music. And then also like where we really agreed and where we really disagreed and things that we kind of screwed up or wished that we would have done different. So we just said, like, hey, let's just do that last year. It was super fun.
Wrap up.
We're doing it again.
I like it. I like
the wrap up. Dude, 26 movies this year on the main feed and 9 on Patreon from 1989. So actually getting caught up on Patreon, which is fantastic. Thank you guys for listening here and for subscribing on Patreon and supporting the arts because this shit does cost money.
I can't believe we're still saying supporting the arts. Oh, man.
That joke is... I know, that joke is so old, we probably should explain it too. Our 4th grade science teacher donated money to us our first year, and she's super sweet. Yeah. And she said, always happy to support the arts, like in her donation message. And so we just kept saying, like, if you want to support the arts, you can donate money to us or you can subscribe to our Patreon. Shout out, Miss Suzanne. We love you.
Yeah. And when I think of arts, I definitely think of 2 chubby guys sitting around watching Groundhog Day and giggling about it.
Yeah, dude, I'm over here. I got my ascot on. I don't even know what makes, I mean, I guess
smoking jacket.
I prefer thinking that I'm creating art than thinking that I'm creating content for whatever reason.
Ooh, I don't like content.
I know, I don't either. Speaking of, we put out about 35 hours of content this year on the main feed, all for free. 26 episodes and this bonus episode as well.
Nice.
We had listens on every single continent. Our listenership is up significantly from last year. And most importantly, we actually are hearing from people that you're liking what we're doing, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And we're also still liking it, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's always a plus when it doesn't feel like a job.
Yeah, if we just need 2 things to happen. We need people to listen and we need Jeff and I to have fun doing it, and we'll just keep doing it forever.
Right, exactly.
And so far we're 2 for 2, which is great.
2 for 2.
So I took, for the second year in a row, I did some data manipulation on our ratings. I looked at the whole season. I put them in my spreadsheet. I made some graphs, stuff like that.
Oh, man. Freaking nerds.
Yeah. Dude, I love it. I mean, I don't think like typing average into Excel makes me like, some kind of scientist, but I did really enjoy it.
But how you said it, you started off with the big freaking...
I know, I was trying to find I wanted
SAT
some $10
words, and you were like, data manipulation, and we were synergizing analogies and analyzing
some algorithms. That's right. I was doing some regression analysis. No, I just did the average. It was just the average.
Oh, man.
Jeff's average rating this season was 7.2 out of 10 Chimmy Dogs.
Hey, all right.
Up from 6.3 out of 10 last season, since he hates everything. And
no, that's because I changed my rating system.
You overhauled your rating system. Speaking of college words, I gave the ratings and I gave the analysis rating systems an entire overhaul. I rebuilt the whole thing from top to bottom.
From top to bottom.
I changed how I wrote the numbers down.
Yeah, completely different.
My average rating was 7.5 out of 10 Chimmy Dogs, up from 6.6 out of 10 last year.
Man, we liked everything better. This was just a better year for movies.
That's what I was trying to figure out. I was like, so we're both up almost 1 Chimmy Dog over last year. So I think either we're picking better movies or we're just getting a little soft with how we rate things.
How do you say any of this with a straight face? yeah, we're both up 1 Chimmy Dog. 1 total whole Chimmy Dog.
That's my favorite part, is saying this dumb stuff with a straight face. It's like if you watch a baseball announcer talk and you don't know about baseball and they start talking about WAR and VORP and you're like, what the hell's going on? I want people to get that same feeling listening to this. They're like, they're talking about average Chimmy Dogs? What's going on here? Where do I support these arts? Here's my wallet.
The exit velo was a lot bigger for the chimney dogs in this.
Yeah, the important thing is the delta between our ratings was up significantly over last year's. Extra chimneys, a significant portion of a chimney. It's the stupidest shit ever, but you're here for the Nathan's Awards, so let's get into that.
You're not here to see if JT remembers verisimilitude on his SATs. You want to know.
Similitude.
Sibilance.
American Pie, 1998.
We'll be around for that, right?
Dude, we're rating. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. We're giving out the Nathan's Golden Wiener Awards for movies, and we rate our movies in chimney dogs. Movie Life Crisis brought to you by Sodium.
Can you?
Just everything is hot dogs. I haven't had a hot dog in like 4 months, but everything in our show is freaking hot dogs.
If you're going to say that we're doing the Nathan's Golden Wiener Awards, you're going to have to tell me beforehand because I can't do it.
Dude, what was the other one? Oh, it was when we did Fear of a Black Cat and the streaming service that it was on. I kept saying it on Patreon, and you kept laughing. That was on Patreon. Yeah. I'm not going to bring that joke to the main feed because it's not appropriate. But dude, oh man, we don't allow sevens, and both of our ratings ended up averaging in the sevens anyway. Can you imagine if we actually let each other rate movies with 7?
Yeah, they would all be 7.
Dude,
I'm looking at how many though that I have 8s and 6.5s.
I got a lot of 8s and 6.5s. Those
would land in 7s. Yeah,
I would have had like 17 movies in the 7s.
But I like no 7s. That's a good idea.
No, I do too. But we're still we agreed a lot more this year. Last year we only agreed on 2 ratings, and this year we had the same rating for 5 different movies. So we had Men in Tights. We both had 6 out of 10. Sister Act 2. We both had an 8 out of 10. Last Action Hero. We had an 8 out of 10. Cool Runnings. We had 8 out of 10. And Wayne's World 2. We had 6.5 out of 10.
Right.
I'm kind of wondering. Tell me what you think of this. We can kick this around. Should we make it so that like if you give your rating first and I had the same rating that I have to make a different rating so that we never agree?
No, I like when we agree sometimes. Okay. We've known each other long enough that some of the movies are going to be exactly the same.
No, I know. But this year we were exactly the same on 5 movies, and we were a half chimney dog apart on 5 more movies.
That's still pretty good.
It's still fine. It's totally
What was
fine.
What was our biggest disparity?
The biggest disparity, or in the data analytics world, we say the delta, 2.5 chimney dogs.
What was that for? That was
so that was for Schindler's List and Sleepless in Seattle. You had both of them at a 9 out of 10. I had both of them at a 6.5.
So good.
I know.
I can't believe you.
I feel fine about Sleepless in Seattle. I did want to re-rate Schindler's List, but it's just so hard to watch. That was why I bumped it down. It's just like not a fun time at all. Even though it's a friggin' incredible movie.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Unlike last year, the 92 Nathans, where our biggest delta was 4.5 chimney dogs on Captain Ron, because I was under the mistaken impression when I watched it that it was going to be a comedy.
That's still a damn shame. A damn shame.
I bumped it last year in the re-ratings from a 1.5 to a 2 chimney dogs. I feel like it's in the proper place.
Oh man, I can't. I just because of Weekend at Bernie's and Captain Ron, I can't even believe I'm still friends with you.
I was thinking about like, we like so much of the same stuff, but we'll agree about the dumbest things. Like I remember we were on a road trip one time and we got in like a long argument about like songs on Boyz II Men 2. Like you wanted to listen to something and I didn't want to listen to it. We're like, that song's dog shit. And you're like, what? That song's awesome. It's like, we both love Boyz II Men and Boyz II Men's album 2. We're arguing over the dumbest shit.
It was like 50 Candles or something like that.
Dude, I never liked 50 Candles.
Is that the number? 50? 50.
Yeah. No, it's 50. Dude, they still are like, hey, I'll tell you exactly what it is.
I don't even listen to Thank You anymore.
Yeah, I listen to Thank You sometimes. I think you wanted to listen to like no, you know what? Every song on this freaking album is amazing. I don't know what we argued about. Maybe it was a different Boyz II Men album. But
Jake
the point
didn't realize that all those songs came from the same album. He was like, wait a second. I'll Make Love to You, and then On Bended Knee and Water Runs Dry is all on the same album. I'm like, dude, they're all in the same second half of the album.
Yeah.
It's all on the B-side. Like
that's when you look at the track list for Thriller, you're like, okay, there are 9 singles on this record. How in the hell did he do that?
Yeah. He's really good. That's how.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing here on the podcast is arguing over the dumbest, tiny little aspects of movies that no one even remembers. So yeah, I think we maybe tweaked our rating scheme this season, or maybe we're just trying not to do movies that we don't like. I mean, sometimes you're just surprised, but honestly, there's so many great movies to pick from. It's kind of easy to just pick stuff that we really like.
Right. Yeah.
Like if we'd done like What's Eating Gilbert Grape, which is a movie people love from 1993, I maybe would have had some lower ratings because I don't care about that movie.
Right. And again, like we always say, it depends on the mood you're in.
Yeah, it does.
And we'll talk about that when I do my re-ratings.
All right, cool. So movies that we wanted to do but did not ultimately make the cut. I got Life with Mikey, Free Willy, and then I also wanted to do Searching for Bobby Fischer, but I don't know if you cared about that one.
I didn't care about that one. I don't know that. Is that the chess movie?
Yeah, it's a chess movie.
I had Life with Mikey as number one.
Yeah.
Because I like that movie. Free Willy, dude, I don't know that I would do it for anything other than the song over the credits.
That's the thing, is that I couldn't remember past Will You Be There. Is there anything in that movie that I care about? It would have given us a runaway competitor for one of the best songs of the year, but I don't know what else I would have cared about.
But this is my question. Well, other than 10-year-old Joseph Spangler loving that jam, remember going skiing and him singing to the instrumental version up in the front of the plane?
Dude, I feel like he had it like on a yellow like Sony Walkman like cassette player. And my parents were in town for Christmas, and my dad was like, "Do you still have a tape player?" I was like, "A cassette tape player?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "No." He's like, "Oh, I have some Don Williams tapes I wanted to get." I was like, "Just buy them like digitally." He's like, "Oh, I guess I could do that."
Well, what is he gonna? So he has the tapes already and wants to play them, or he wants to buy the tapes.
No, he already owns the tapes, and I think I might have misunderstood. I think he wanted to take the tapes and then convert them to digital. I was like, you can just purchase them digitally. It's been 50 years. So you can just give that money back to them again.
Are they live?
No, it's
recordings.
Dude, it's not like a mixtape that he made off of the radio. It's like he bought it at Sound Shop probably, and he still got
with a sticker on it.
Or maybe he wanted to like listen to it over Christmas. Like, let's pop this in later on. I don't know, but I was just like, what?
I don't know who Don Williams is either.
He might not have said Don Williams, but I don't think it was Hank Williams, and I don't know who else it would have been.
Don Henley.
No, Don Williams is he was a freaking country music guy from like the 70s.
That's why I don't know him.
Yeah, that's a great reason not to know him.
So, all right. So I had Life with Mikey, Free Willy, but then number 3, I had Falling Down with Michael Douglas.
Oh, Falling Down with Michael Douglas.
I wanted to do that one. And Hocus Pocus, it became pretty popular again.
Well, I had Hocus Pocus and What's Eating Gilbert Grape on the list of movies that other people probably would have done and that people wanted us to do, but that we really did not look at all that hard.
I also have a 5th one on here that I think you might be upset about because it's on the list for next year, but it actually came out on 12/21/93, and that's Philadelphia.
Philadelphia didn't come out in 93. It won awards in 94.
But when I pull it up, it says the release date was 12/21/93. And I agree with you. I saw the awards that it won in 94, so I don't know how that works. Maybe it was like limited release.
No, sometimes they'll do like they released it at a festival, like,
okay.
and then like 2 months later they'll do a wide release. But it's the wide release that determines it's a 94 awards season movie. I'm seeing it right now. It premiered on December 14th, 1993, and had a limited release into 4 theaters on December 22nd. Wide release January 14th, 1994.
That's it. That's the answer.
Yeah, so if we had missed that one, it would be on my list too, because I actually really like that movie.
I know that you wanted to do it for the other one, so I was making sure.
All those movies, if we had 5 more movies to do, we could do all those. That would be fine, but there's nothing I would replace from the stuff we did. No. Looking back over the list of stuff we did this year, I was just like, probably nobody else remembers, but I'm looking at it, like True Romance, Schindler's List, Groundhog Day, Indecent Proposal, Men in Tights, Sister Act 2, So I Married an Axe Murderer, Dazed and Confused, The Firm, Sandlot, Sleepless in Seattle, Jurassic Park, Last Action Hero, Rookie of the Year, The Program, Tombstone, The Fugitive, For Love or Money, Cliffhanger, Cool Runnings, Demolition Man, Dave Rudy, Miss Doubtfire, Wayne's World 2, Grumpy Old Men.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good list.
Incredible movies. Right. So many good movies.
I made like an extra 4 movies that I put at the end that I said, like, if this was our job and we didn't do anything else and didn't have kids to worry about, what other movies would I want to maybe talk about?
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of them in there, but like Coneheads, like stuff like that. And like Son-in-Law.
Could we get to 50, do you think? Like if we were doing it every week, if this was our full-time job?
If this was our full-time job, we could easily do 50. We could do.
I'm not saying that we couldn't like do more episodes, but I'm saying like, would we enjoy talking about movies 40 through 50? Or would we be down to like, man, that movie was really bad?
I know, but like the movies that are really bad are sometimes really fun to talk about.
Yeah, that's true. I'm totally down. If people want to support the arts, I'm totally down to try that at some point in the future.
That's a lot of art supporting, though.
That is a lot of art supporting. But I'm thinking like we could do another 5 movies easily. We probably could do another 10. But to go from 26 to 50, I'm like, man, we might be doing some really bad movies. Or Or we might be doing like Fear of a Black Hat, which we did on Patreon for our man Sean, which came out in 93. And it was actually, we didn't know about it. It was freaking hilarious.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Shout out to Sean again. That was a good call.
Yeah, streaming on Peacock.
Oh, man.
All right, dude, let's do best performances, individual acting performances. I had when I went back through my notes, there were so many quotes, especially. I had 10 quotes and I had a hard time cutting it down.
Yeah, I had a hard time cutting mine down also. I got it down to 5, though.
I did too. You want to go 5 to 1 or you want to start with the first?
We can go 5 to 1.
My 5th one is Wesley Snipes, Simon Phoenix, Demolition Man.
Nice. Nicely done.
He's it's like kind of cartoonish at times, that performance, but I just think like that's a top 5 movie villain of my childhood. And I think about him and Demolition Man all the time. Like Simon Phoenix, I think about it all the time.
His when you said cartoonish, that was the perfect word, because how he yells all those stupid quips that he sounds like Mr. Freeze on the Batman movie. Like
he's got that freaking cold ass blonde hair. He's wearing overalls and shit like he's a New Kids on the Block, but it's so badass.
Until he switches over to the
fishnet with the freaking tires.
with the 3-wheeler tires on his shoulders.
Yeah, he's wearing like a San Francisco 49ers like football outfit, but it's got like tires for his armor. God, it's just that if we were giving out Nathan's for costumes, that movie
he would get the golden wiener.
His costuming was fantastic.
Yeah, good call. I put for number 5, I put Harrison Ford from The Fugitive.
Oh man, yeah, it's a good one
because I really liked him. I think he played that like Harrison Ford. I mean, again, I don't know Harrison Ford, but if I take the amalgam of all of his people he's played and put them together, I can kind of figure out what he's like.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a thing?
I do.
I think so too.
I don't think anybody's that good of an actor that in 60 movies you don't get a sense of how they actually are.
Right. And even though it was a little Harrison Fordish, I really liked it, and I gave it to him. He doesn't get the golden wiener, but he's good.
He's great. And that's a huge movie. I got someone from that movie on my list. It's not Harrison Ford. You probably can figure it out. Let's go to number 4. Number 4 on my list is Kevin Kline and Dave.
Oh man, I knew you were going to pick something from Dave because
I just love Dave, man.
It was good. It was a surprise. That was my surprise golden wiener of the year because I did that
fantastic.
In True Romance. I didn't know they were going to be as good as they were.
I know. We True Romance. We did the first movie of the year, so it was almost a year ago. So I'm like, I barely even remember it, but I did really like it.
Yeah, I did too.
But yeah, I'm like, we did Dave 2 months ago. I'm still thinking about how great of a movie that was, and I'm still thinking about how much I like that they cast an actor like who can do comedy as the lead instead of just making it a vehicle for a comedian to like try and show that he can act. Right.
Yeah.
And like Kevin Kline like went to Juilliard and stuff, but he's a phenomenal actor, but he's freaking hilarious.
Yeah, he's way funny.
He's so funny. But that movie he's fantastic and I love it. And he's on my list. He's my 4th guy. Yeah, that's a good 4th guy. My 4th guy is from Schindler's List. It's the incomparable Liam Neeson's. Liam Neeson's is my shit. I really like that movie, and I don't know if it's because I'm a history person or that my mom teaches the Holocaust and we talk about it all the time or what. But he did a great job, I thought. I know it's hard to watch. He did an amazing job. He was on my long list, and I eventually cut it down so I could get just 5 people. And I still left out a bunch of people I liked. He's great. That movie's great, and he gets mentioned elsewhere, but not in this category for me. Who's your 3rd? The 3rd is the guy that you talked about from The Fugitive, Mr. Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee Jones is 3rd on my list too. I don't know how he does what he. We were talking about this. He's not sarcastic, although he is kind of sarcastic, but he's just like straight faced all the time. And he says stuff. I think we talked about it a little bit when we did The Fugitive, but like how he delivers his lines, even when he's being funny, he's being very straight. Like I don't know how he does it, but I freaking love it. Yeah, I think sarcastic is a good word. He's also really dry. He's like kind of he's dry. He's kind of like acerbic or sardonic, but he's always just like he's just super dry, but not like Kevin Pollak dry, like dry, but also like kind of sarcastic. But it's always great. And in the future, he wins the Oscar for supporting actor, and he absolutely should have because he was destroyed this movie. That's weird that he won the Oscar, but not the Nathan. No, he did not win the Nathan, but he came close. Yeah, he did. And he deserved the Oscar. There's not going to be a lot of overlap between the Nathans and the Oscar winners. I tell you that much.
No, there's definitely not. That's awesome that we had the same third. Who's your second?
My second is Daniel Stern, Brickma from Rookie of the Year.
Oh, give me the good stuff. I really like Daniel Stern, and we watched Home Alone for Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas time. That dude he kills it.
One of my biggest regrets of the year is that we didn't have more time to try and book guests as we just got really busy. And I just so badly wanted to talk to Daniel Stern for Rookie of the Year because Brickma is an iconic,
so good
character. I still quote him, and he directed that movie. It's the only thing he's ever directed.
Yeah.
And oh my God, just let the big dog eat. I ain't seen the floater pitch since Scuffy McGee. Everything he said in that movie made me laugh. And I just wanted to talk to him, and I'm so sad that we weren't able to, but he had to go on my list.
He's wicked funny. I also went with funny for my second. I went with Bill Murray from Groundhog Day. Because, good Lord, that movie, I still quote it all the time.
Dude, it's I almost had to like make a subcategory for my Nathan's quotes sections for just Groundhog's Day stuff because there's just so many incredible quotes. Yeah, Bill Murray. He's number one for me. He wins the Golden Wiener for best performance.
Oh, wow. Nice.
It's just a perfect performance and one of my all-time favorite movies.
We start off with one of his quotes every single episode.
Yeah.
When we count down from 3, 2.
All right, Larry, on me in 3, 2, and then you shoot the bird on 1. That's what Phil Connors would do.
Oh,
we also end our outro with, and remember, don't drive angry. Like the pre-recorded outro.
Yeah. Dude, I love me some Bill Murray, and Groundhog Day was perfect for me.
It was the only perfect 10 I gave this year. I don't think you have ever given a 10 because you hate everything. But
yeah, I definitely hate everything. Like, Captain Ron and those kind of movies. No, I think I gave it a 9.5. That's where that lands for me, and that's pretty good. That's pretty good for me,
dude. I gave a 10 to A League of Their Own, and I gave a 10 to Groundhog Day, and I feel very great about that.
Yeah. What? So who's your number 2? If Bill Murray's your number 1,
Daniel Stern was my number 2.
Oh, number 2. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so who's your number 1? Who wins your Golden Wiener? Of best performance?
The person I'm giving my wiener to is Jack Nicholson in A Few Good Men.
Is it a problem that A Few Good Men came out a year ago in 1992 and not in 1993?
What? Did it really?
Yeah, we did that last year.
Did I give him the Golden Wiener last year?
I don't know. Go back and look at your notes.
I don't even know where those notes are. I really, the whole time I'm thinking, oh man, Jack Nicholson.
Dude, look at our list. Nowhere on there is.
No, it's not on there. All right. So Bill Murray gets my wiener also.
Bill Murray slides into the number 1 spot. Jack Nicholson disqualified because it came out in the wrong year. Dude, your years are all over the place. Philadelphia does come out, does soft release in 4 theaters in 93, but
I don't know. Dude, the whole time I was just thinking, Uncle Jack, that was my dude. I freaking love that. I thought it was so good. I watched it like more than once. And apparently I did that friggin' a year and a half ago. That's on me. Sorry.
Yeah, that's
Bill Murray sliding into the number 1 spot then.
So you only have 4 people. Did you have somebody else on your like honorable mentions that you want to shout out? Did someone else move into the 5th spot?
I don't know, dude. There's so many. Like we could talk about Robin Williams and Mrs. Doubtfire. We could talk about the kids on Sandlot. Like I almost put them.
I got 2 honorable mentions. I'll throw them out there.
Yeah.
I got 2 of my favorite actors and 2 of my favorite parts that they've ever done. I got Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park and Val Kilmer in Tombstone.
Yeah, it's a good call.
Both of those guys did not make the cut, but are phenomenal performances. And good Lord, I loved them.
But I struggle with so like I like Bill Murray in Groundhog Day, just like you do. And these are the Nathans, not the Oscars. So I don't need to pick somebody like Liam Neeson or Jack Nicholson.
Wait, real quick. I got your best performances from 1992. Number 1 for you is Joe Pesci from My Cousin Vinny. Number 2 is Gary Oldman from Bram Stoker's Dracula. Number 3, you gave to the entire cast of Glengarry Ross. Number 4, you gave to Kurt Russell and Captain Ron.
Yeah.
And number 5, you gave to Wesley and Woody for White Men Can't Jump. So Captain Jack did not make your list of 92 at all.
I literally, when we said, all right, let's start working on this, I'm letting it run through my head. And the whole time I'm thinking, Few Good Men. It's the only one I watched more than once. I freaking loved Uncle Jack. I'm doing that. That's the one I'm picking.
Great. But yeah, my honorable mentions for Jeff Goldblum, Jurassic Park, Val Kilmer, Tombstone. There's so many. Dude, and I feel bad that, I mean, for like the actual Oscars, the real thing, not the much better Nathans that we're doing, they have a category for men and women leading actresses. And I was like, man, I feel bad that there are no women on my list, but I'm looking through our list of movies and there weren't a lot of female leads. Like I thought about Sandra Bullock for Demolition Man. She was freaking awesome. Like Lauryn Hill from Sister Act 2. She was awesome, but it was the singing really as much as the acting.
Right.
And like Sandra Bullock from Demolition Man. Yeah, I didn't like Sleepless in Seattle that much, and Meg Ryan was creepy, as we said on TikTok.
Does Mrs. Doubtfire count as a woman?
Yeah, right. Like, dude, I'm just looking, and maybe that's part of why we're sexist, that we didn't have enough movies in here that had women in it, like Hocus Pocus and whatever. But Christy Swanson from The Program, I just don't know. I don't know what I would have done there.
Right. That's what I'm saying, and all of those are supporting actresses.
The Raptors from Jurassic Park, clever girl. Yeah, man, I don't know, but I want to like make note of that so that next year I can think like, hey, I should make sure that if we pick some movies that there's some chicks in them and they're talking also, we pay attention to them.
We could tell. No, what's that? What was that called again? I tried to think of that the other day. Remember you told me about the thing where like it looks if girls are talking to girls or girls are only talking to guys?
Yes. And I could have told you before you asked me, and now it's left my brain. The freaking
dude, I like that idea, and I wanted to read more about it, and I was telling somebody about it, but I couldn't think of the name, and my Googles came up empty because I didn't. You should have seen the stuff I was throwing up there trying to get.
Yes, it's the Bechdel test, which is if one female character talks to another female character, it cannot be about men. So like you have to have multiple female characters, and they have to talk to each other about things that are not their partners.
Right. Nice.
So
we don't do a lot of those movies because we're in the 90s.
We don't do a lot of those movies because we're in the 90s. And dude, you won't let me do shit like Steel Magnolias on Patreon where it's just all women in freaking beauty shops talking to each other.
Dude, if you want to do Steel Magnolias, we can do that.
No, we can't. We did freaking Captain Ron instead. I don't know if Steel Magnolias would have been any good, but when I was a kid, I really liked it. Yeah. All right, dude, let's do quotes. I had 11 billion and I don't know.
Yeah.
Give me number 5 for you.
Number 5 for me is from Sleepless in Seattle. Talk to her, Dad. She's a doctor. Of what? Her first name could be Doctor. Fantastic.
I knew you were going to do a Sleepless in Seattle quote.
Why wouldn't I?
Because the movie wasn't that good. No, it was good. I just keep thinking the whole time we watched Sleepless in Seattle, all the things that I thought I liked from the movie, it turns out are from You've Got Mail. And then Meg Ryan was being stalker. She was wearing a freaking trench coat. She was staring at his kid on the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like that. I thought you were gonna do the one where he points to the map. Like, look over here.
I don't even want to think about what they're not teaching you. Yes.
That's awesome. My 5th quote, hot ice. They heat up the ice. It's the best of both worlds. Brickma. I could have filled my whole list with Brickma quotes. I love Brickma so much.
I don't think we're going to have any of the same quotes.
Dude, I had so many quotes I couldn't get in there. I don't even know. Like, what's your 4th?
All right, so my 4th is from Lover Money. When he goes up to Mr. Salvatore and he says, yo, thanks a lot there, Dougie. Can we get more of them tings?
Them tings?
Tings? Them tings on the pillow at night. Hair? Initials. Them tings on the pillow. And he's like, oh, mints, pillow mints. How many do you want? And he's like, how many do you want? A lot it shall be. Like, them tings are fantastic. Because now every time somebody says, hey, hand me that thing over there, I'm like, them tings over there? Got it.
That is the exact same joke as My Cousin Vinny, the 2 Utes. But it's both of them I love.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a great one. You got to throw them in there.
My 4th, dude, this is how crowded this category is for 93. All the way to 4th, falling to 4th is, you're killing me, Smalls.
This is weird. You know how you asked, should you change the rating if I go first?
Yeah.
I thought about that, and I'm like, he's going to put Killing Me Smalls in there. I can't put Killing Me Smalls. I want to put stuff I used more. I put quotes that I used the most, and that's how I decided what got the golden wiener.
Dude, you give out your golden wiener however you want to.
Trust me, I'm
just thinking, like, if I look at my list of 92 awards, like in 5 or 6 years, and I forget, like, I'll be back from T2, like, I'm gonna feel like an idiot. So it's like, I'm like, I can't do 93 and not have Killing Me Smalls in the quotes, even though it's not like my favorite quote from that movie.
I see what you're saying. I'm picturing the quotes I use the most is the way I go, because the quotes that are supposed to be there, that's for the Oscars. This is the Nathans.
So when the Oscars starts giving out awards for quotes, they can do that.
Oh man, that would be great.
That would be, would pick the worst shit. What's your
ever? Dude, my number 3 is Jurassic Park. Clever girl.
That's a great one.
Yeah, dude, I say it all the time. I have a daughter. So that's my number 3. What's yours?
My third one is the only one that isn't supposed to be funny. It's I Could Have Done More. Liam Neeson and Schindler's List.
Yeah, that was a good. It was a good part of the movie.
It was like 8 months ago that we did that movie, and like thinking about him in that scene.
Yeah,
it's like freaking still chokes me up, man. He's like, he's realizing that he saved whatever, like 1,700 Jewish people, and he's like, I could have done more. He's like, I could have sold this ring. This ring would have been 10 people. He's like, I just sold my car. I could have. Like that shit still chokes me up just thinking about it from like almost a year ago.
Yeah, that's because he was really good, and that's why.
Dude, he's freaking Liam Neeson's is my shit.
Yeah, that's why he was 4. Well, now 3 away from my wiener. But Bill Murray got it. All right, number 2 for me. So I Married an Ex-Murderer. You know where this is going.
God, I had a lot. He was in my honorable mentions.
Dude, look at the size of that boy's head.
Look at that size of that boy's head.
I'm not kidding. It looks like an orange on a toothpick.
It's a huge melon. That was in my honorable mentions. I love it so much. It's like Sputnik. He's going to go cry himself to sleep on his huge pillow.
So Jake got another hat.
Now.
Another hat for Christmas. So his sister said, can I have your old Pelicans hat? And she goes to put it on, and it just swallows her whole head. I went through the whole thing. I was like, head, pants, no. Nobody knew what I was doing. The whole family was looking at me. I do it all the time, so I had to put it number 2. Doesn't get the wiener, but it's close.
It's so close.
How was that close?
It gets the buns. Yeah, man, that's a great quote. I love it so much. My number 2 for me is, listen up, ladies and gentlemen. Our fugitive has been on the run for 90 minutes. Average foot speed over uneven ground, barring injuries, is 4 miles an hour, and that gives us a radius of 6 miles. What I want out of each and every one of you is a hard target search. Every gas station, residence, warehouse, farmhouse, hen house, outhouse, and doghouse in that area. Checkpoints go up at 15 miles. Your fugitive's name is Dr. Richard Kimball. Go get him.
Fantastic.
Look at Tommy Lee Jones, man.
Yeah, he delivers that so well.
I know. I was giving it my all, and I'm just so bad compared to Tommy Lee Jones. He's just such a good job of that.
You are not Tommy Lee. That is true.
I'm not Tommy Lee Jones.
That was a good rendition. I liked it.
Thank you. I did my best. No wiener for me, but
no, it doesn't get. Tommy Lee doesn't get your wiener. What do you want to? You want me to go with my number 1?
Dude, give me your number 1.
All right. It's only because I say it all the time. I've said it at least 3 times in the last week. Phil and Rita are sitting at the cafe, and he says, "I'm a god." She's like, "You're God?" He's like, "A god. I'm not the
not
god."
The god.
I don't think. I say that all the time. That's why Phil Connors is getting 2 of my wieners now.
He's the best, man. He takes
really
home the Nathans from you for best performance and for best quotes. My best quote is also from Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
Which we say a lot. He was a really great guy. We all really like him. A lot.
No, thanks. I had groundhog for lunch.
Oh, God. Chris Elliott just has like 2 of or 3 of the funniest lines in that movie, which is one of the funniest movies ever. Because I also was thinking, I was like really thinking about, he might be okay. No, probably not now.
Probably not now. Dude, there are so many from Men in Tights that I used to quote when I was younger that I don't do now.
Dude, in my honorable mentions, I got, this ain't exactly to Mississippi, which I said to someone in the last 48 hours.
Oh, man. You changed your name to Latrine? Yeah, used to be Shithouse. Come on.
Dude, I also had in my honorable mentions, I had So I Married an Axe Murderer. Huge melon. I had that whole thing. I had Life Finds a Way. I had I'm Your Huckleberry from Tombstone, which is freaking iconic. Yeah. And then we talked about just a couple weeks ago, it was a Run by Fruiting from Mrs. Doubtfire, because that always cracks me up. And then I also had Maniac responded with a scornful remark.
I thought for sure you were going to put some weird, like Wayne's World 2 swing sounds in there too, and I'm glad you didn't.
No, I looked through every single one of my notes for all the movies. I looked through all my quotes, and I was like, some movies I was like, I didn't even have any quotes. Some of them I had like a 17.
Right.
But I had so many for this year.
That's awesome. So Groundhog Day is sweeping the Nathans so far, huh?
Unsurprisingly, man, Groundhog Day is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's great.
Now we're getting into music, and I don't think it's going to do quite as well.
No, it does have some, dude. That Ray Charles song though during the montage, you don't know me,
you don't know me. That's
you
fantastic.
give your hand to me. That's a great song.
It really is. So next category: best music score or soundtrack of 1993.
Right,
dude. One, 2, and 3 on mine just say Sister Act 2. I just don't. I mean,
for the score. And the songs,
or the soundtrack, obviously.
The soundtrack, right, yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean, you want to go through? Like, dude, I'll tell you. I had Sister Act 2 in spots 1, 2, and 3, and then I had Jurassic Park, John Williams. The score is ludicrous. Yeah, and then I had Dazed and Confused, the soundtrack, because that soundtrack was like one that
it was good.
Everybody I knew had a copy of on CD. Like I can tell, I remember what the CD looked like.
Yes, I didn't hang out with as many potheads, but yes,
yeah.
I know what you're talking about also. Dude, my first one was Jurassic Park because
it's incredible. I don't know how you put anything over Sister Act 2, but
that was my number. It was my number 2. It was my number 2. And I like it, but there are times when I leave school after being with those children all day and I don't want to hear anything. Like if I hear joyful, joyful, it doesn't make me joyful, joyful because it's just high school kids singing and being loud still. So I got to put on something else. The amount of times that I go in there and just ask Google to play Jurassic Park on the ride home, like it'll play the soundtrack. And
well, the wild thing to me is that John Williams and Spielberg both did Schindler's List and Jurassic Park in the same year. I don't even understand how that's possible. I mean, we're going to get into some huge years in 94. There's a couple people, Tom Hanks and Jim Carrey, have incredible 1994s. But John Williams and Steven Spielberg doing those two movies in the same year, good God.
Killer.
Because I don't like the Schindler's List soundtrack as much as the Jurassic Park, but there are plenty of people who think Schindler's List is like significantly better. And that's
dude,
like
I have it as number 4. Ever. It's my number 4.
Yeah.
Like it's fantastic. So it's Jurassic Park, Sister Act 2, Sleepless in Seattle for me.
Yeah.
And there's a reason. And then Schindler's List and then Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah.
All those Dude Looks Like a Lady and those songs and Papa's Got a Brand New Bag that they kept playing, Walk Like a Man. I like all those jams. Dude, the Sleepless in Seattle soundtrack. So when I first decided I wanted to be in mass comm, when I first went to school, that's what I thought I wanted to do.
Yeah. Yeah, for like the first 7 years.
Yeah, the first 9 years of school. Dude, so working at the radio station at Southeastern, and then one of the things is I was supposed to make a 30-minute show, and you have to play like 4 songs during your show and record it. And there's only like classical, jazz, and then like a couple of soundtracks. And this was one of the soundtracks. And dude, I freaking love the songs on this soundtrack. Like this is my jams. So it worked out great for me. So that holds a special place in my heart. So that's why I gave it to number 3. But Jurassic Park still gets my wiener.
Jurassic Park is on my list. When I was looking at the music for this year, I was just going like, I'm going to talk about music for movies of 1993. That conversation is going to feature a lot of talk about Sister Act. And I'm going to remember eventually that Jurassic Park was in the same year.
Right.
But there's not really much else there. But all the stuff you're listening is good. I don't remember Sleepless in Seattle that well, but I loved the soundtrack for Miss Doubtfire.
Yeah.
There's some great, and like Dazed and Confused was not necessarily my type of movie, but that was an iconic soundtrack. And I know, I remember almost everybody like owned a copy of it.
Right. No, I remember it. Also, I would say Thomas, there was plenty of those people.
Yeah. All right, dude, let's do songs. What's your, I only have 3. I didn't do like all the way to 5. I ran out of steam.
All right. Well, I'll give you my 5 and 4 right quick. Cause number 5 is Papa's Got a Brand New Bag from James Brown. It's not an original song, but it's on that soundtrack and it hit perfect in that montage on Mrs. Doubtfire. So I threw that in there. And then my number 4 is from Sleepless in Seattle. It's Louis Armstrong, Kiss to Build a Dream On.
Yeah.
I really, really like that song already. And then his version is fantastic. So those are my 4.
Yeah, those are both great songs, and they happen at great times in the movies. And I think, like what you said before, Ray Charles from Groundhog Day is phenomenal.
Yeah. That's my number 3.
My 3rd is actually I've Got You, Babe from Groundhog Day. It's Sonny and Cher.
Yeah.
Not because I love it, but just because I don't think anyone can hear that song and not think about Groundhog Day. I don't think Cher could hear that song and not think about Groundhog Day.
She's still alive? Yeah, she's still alive. Yeah, she's still alive. Yeah, dude, my 3rd's from Groundhog Day also. You Don't Know Me. Ray Charles. Dude, it's
great. It's a great song, man.
It's a fantastic song. There's a version of that song on the soundtrack for My Best Friend's Wedding.
Yeah.
It's done by somebody else, Jan Arden. Jane?
Yep.
Jane Arden. I don't know. It's a really good version.
Space Shuttle
but dude,
dropped
but it's not, it doesn't hold a candle to Ray.
I know.
It's so good. So what's your number 2?
My number 2 is Lauryn Hill and Tanya Blunt, His Eyes on the Sparrow.
That's mine too. His Eyes on the Sparrow is easily, dude, the harmonies.
The harmonies are incredible. I can't tell you how much time I spent trying to figure out those harmonies when I was in high school and also still now.
Yeah.
And like the recorded version is not the same. I actually think they performed the version that we see live because it's not, the recorded version does not match it.
Right.
And I think that they're capable of doing that live, that as good as they did it.
I would think so. Yeah. Yeah. That's my number 2 because
dude, I remember when we did the episode, you were telling everybody that like Jake watched the movie with you and like and that scene cuts away when Sister Mary, what's her name, walks in.
Yeah.
And Jake was like, what happened?
Whoa, what happened?
Done singing. That's exactly the right reaction. It's like, dude, what? Get out of here. They were freaking wailing on that song.
Right. They freaking killed it. I had to go number 2. What's your number 1? Who gets
my
your
number
wiener?
1 is also from Sister Act 2. It's So Happy Day.
Oh, Happy Day. See, I like it. Don't get me wrong. How many times can you listen? If Oh Happy Day came on every day, as soon as you got in the car, would you listen to it all the way through?
That's the whole point. Well, I already have done that thousands of times. Just because I've already listened to it thousands of times, like it's not fair for me to bump it down because I wore it out. Because it was so freaking awesome.
I'm saying that once he gets to the part where he's just vamping, like I don't like it as much anymore. I don't know. Like my music, I can tell my music
9 million thousand times.
Maybe that's it. I don't know. I know that the song that I picked for number 1, which again is not going to be a song for you, but like every time that comes up on shuffle, I freaking crank it up a little bit and I jam to it. I freaking like it, and it's Wink and a Smile, Harry Connick Jr.
Right, but how many times have you heard both of those in your lifetime?
I've heard probably equal, probably the same amount. Like I listen to
way, dude.
Dude, I'm telling you, like there was a time where that was the number 1 song on my YouTube music recap thing. Like that was 2 years ago. Like I listened to it a bunch.
Dude, do you remember with the early versions of the iPods would tell you how many times you listened to the songs?
Yeah. I remember.
But you had to listen to like the entire thing.
Yeah, not just
or
clip,
it didn't
right.
count. Like,
yeah.
Jeez. So I wish I had like lifetime stats for like here's how many times you listened to freaking Wanye and Brandy Broken Hearted. Like I want that number for like my life.
Right. Do you remember what album that was on?
It wasn't on an album. It was on the freaking like remixes.
Remixes, yeah.
But the remixes version of it, I don't think was the radio edit version of it. I think that was just a single.
I had a single of it, but I also had it on that. It was black. And it had all 4 guys in like separate pictures. I remember that.
I love that song.
I
almost sent it to you last week, but you're like not on the internet, so I didn't do it. But Wanye has 4 sons, and he had them like there was a video of them singing the harmonies for a song for Mama, and the one singing the lead sounds a lot like little Wanye.
Oh man, that's awesome.
It's fantastic.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude, Wink and a Smile, Harry Connick is great. And Harry Connick is awesome. But I think Oh Happy Day, for me at least, I'm trying to look at it like I haven't heard the song 5,000 times. And just look at it like it still is moving to me because I don't listen to it all the time. But when I see him perform, it makes me emotional in a way that Harry Connick is just never going to do.
I think I agree with you that listening to a song more burns it out. Personally, like for me, how much did we listen to Christina Aguilera in the early 2000s? Yeah, I can't listen. I can't listen to her as much anymore. Like I'm listening to her do all of her runs, and I'm like, that's not for me anymore. Like I don't.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because I think like the music that you feel the strongest about is always the music that you listen to when your hormones are going crazy. So like whatever you listen to from like age 13 to 19 is going to be forever burned into your soul.
Right. And those
like,
songs
there's no song that could come out
listen.
now. There's nothing that could come out now that I would feel as strongly about as the stuff that I listened to when I was a teenager. Like I don't think I'm capable of feeling as strongly about music as I was then. There's stuff that I could still like as much.
Yeah.
And there's some stuff that I used to listen to that now like I could put on like As Yet. And I'm like, yeah, it's fine. It's cool. There's some stuff that I like, but I don't need to like wear that CD out anymore like I did in my freaking Nissan truck back in the day.
What if you had like a Don Williams tape? Would you wear that?
Yeah. As soon as I learn who Don Williams is.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I it's hard for me to go through the music because we didn't have a lot of just musicals this year. So I have like 30 tabs open to look at all my notes. So I easily could have missed some stuff. But yeah, man, let's do our freaking top category, best film,
best movies,
of 1993, best movies.
All right,
5-1.
5-1. Yeah, we'll start at the bottom.
Number 5 for me is Sandlot.
Nice. That's a good call. That's number 4.
It's iconic, man. It's so great.
I was going to start with number 6 is Captain Ron.
Yeah,
it was neck and neck. It was either going to be Captain Ron or A Few Good Men.
Yeah, they ran into another year to try and make back their budget, and it still didn't work.
No, number 5 for me was Schindler's List.
Ah, man, it's so good
because it's so powerful. I like Schindler's List, and I put Sandlot at number 4 because both of those to me are top 5 wiener worthy.
Yeah.
What do you got for 4?
Dave is number 4 for me. I just can't.
Dave, nice.
I just still can't. I'm still surprised at how perfectly made this movie is, and how perfectly it completely holds up. All the jokes are still funny. All the performances are still great.
Yeah.
I mean, doing this podcast and doing whatever 50 movies, they're just movies that were hilarious when we were kids. You watch now, and sometimes you're like, oh, that's not great.
That's funny. Yeah.
But like that one is like well acted and well directed, and it's funny and it's quotable.
But it's like you said,
doing a good job. It's got heart. They got the right people.
Yeah, they picked the right people to do it. They picked an actor that's also funny.
Yeah.
Number 3 for me was Sleepless in Seattle.
Number 3 for me, Demolition Man.
Yeah.
It's not that I didn't like Sleepless in Seattle. It's that I kept thinking it was You've Got Mail, which I think is a better movie. And then the Meg Ryan, like being the stalker, now that I'm in the present and not in the past, to me is like kind of takes a little shine off of that movie. I know everyone loves Sleepless in Seattle.
I definitely love it. And it's
like, I'm not trying to pee in anyone's cornflakes, but I just the whole stalker aspect is like, I don't love.
Yeah, we went over that during the thing. I can get past that because I think Tom Hanks is hysterical in this. And
dude, he is. Tom Hanks is great.
Yeah. What's your number 2?
Number 2 for me is Jurassic Park.
Nice. And that's my number 1. So I know your number 1 is probably Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we just had our 1 and 2 flip flop. I gave my winner to Jurassic Park. You gave yours to Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day
is sweeping it.
Dude, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. How could it not? I mean, Jurassic Park is an all-time blockbuster from the guy who literally invented blockbusters,
right?
Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
But I haven't watched Jurassic Park 1,000 times since it came out.
So
and I've watched
times.
Groundhog Day 1,000 times since it came out. And I'll watch it again next year on Groundhog Day.
My kid loves when his friends come over and he shows the scene with the T-Rex just so he could show off the surround sound with the bass cranked up.
Underrated. That's an underrated use of that movie. Is like, I want to dial in my surround sound. Like what movie, or like I just got a new projector. What movie am I going to watch? Like for the sound, Jurassic Park is a great choice.
Yeah. Dude, and let me tell you, that part where the little thing that shoots the spits out the like tar looking stuff, when it's jumping around and he's looking around for it, when he showed that to his friends, I don't know, this is like a month ago, you can hear it in all the speakers all the way around. It's so great. It's so great.
Yeah, that's
it's a great movie for that.
And Jurassic Park is the biggest movie of the year from a like money standpoint by a mile. But
that's nice.
So, all right, and 1, 2, 3 for me is Groundhog Day, Jurassic Park, and Demolition Man. 1, 2, 3 for you is Jurassic Park, Groundhog Day, and
Sleepless in Seattle.
Sleepless in Seattle. Nice, dude. Great movies.
Great movies.
So many good movies.
So, do you want to talk about our biggest mistakes and regrets?
Mistakes and regrets. Number 1 for me is I realized because we did Demolition Man and we did Cliffhanger, I can't pronounce Sylvester Stallone.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I did it a bunch on the episode. I kept saying Sylvester Stallone. I just couldn't do it.
Sylvester.
The meatloaf. I just, I don't know what my issue is with that. I don't know if that's like some specific type of speech impediment that no one's ever diagnosed before, but I can't do it.
Sylvester Stallone. Yeah, I can see that. I didn't catch you saying that at all throughout the whole
I appreciate that. I did it a bunch.
I'm not listening to you.
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone. Yeah, that's not a very big mistake or regret.
No, it's not. It seems like I should be able to pronounce his name and I can't.
I wanted to mention that last year I said I feel like my rating system sucks because I don't know how to do it. And then also on Plex, where I keep all my like personal movies on there, not personal like that, but personal movies. There's a 5-star rating system. So I have to do it on 5, whereas we do it under 10. So like I rate it as a 1 if I think it's a movie that I should have, but I'm never going to I don't really want to watch again, but like, hey, maybe Jake wants to watch it, or hey, if I'm sharing this with my cousin and he really likes that movie, like I can rate it like how I want it. So 1 is like awful. I never want to watch it again. Number 2 is like, painful. Like, it's perfect if you need to fall asleep, and I wouldn't watch it again. And normally I keep those both 1 star and 2 stars for the people that I'm sharing it with. But dude, after that, like, the average is like the 3. I very rarely give stuff right at a 3. I try to go 2 or 4. You know how we leave out the 7s because everything would be a 7. If I nothing it would be a 3, and I try not to do that. And then I went with like number 4 is like, if I have low expectations and I'm proven wrong, stuff like Dave and stuff like True Romance would get a 4 because like I was shocked that they were that good. And you can go back and re-rate them after you watch them. And then 5 is just every time I watch a movie, I want to watch it again. I just took that and made it a 10 scale system. And it worked out pretty good. I feel like it worked out good. I like, what did you say mine was? 7.2 and yours was 7.2 and mine was
7.5.
Yeah. So I feel like I'm dialing in my system a lot better.
Yeah. I think last year your lowest rating might have been like a 6 or something like that. And this year your lowest rating was a 4, and you still haven't given out a 10, but you did give out a 9.5. You wanted to mention our worst movie of the year. We didn't have any like terrible movies, but you and I did both agree on what our least favorite movie of the year was, and it was Cliffhanger. You had 4 out of 10. I had 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
That was the lowest rated movie of the year for both of us. Made a ton of money. You can skip it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it made a lot of money.
Still down in.
Like it
was dude. It was like third on the year.
Good Lord.
Or no, it would have been, it came out late in the year, so it earned into the next year, but it would have, I think it was 18th, and it would have ended up in the top 5 had it earned all of its money in the year 1990.
In the same year. Yeah.
But it made a couple $100 million.
Nice.
Dude, I think I'm still figuring out the ratings. The hard part for me is that so much of it depends on the mood that I'm in when I watch the movie. Because you got to pick. So the problem is, normally you want to pick a movie. Today is December 26th. Maybe you're off work this week and you're tired of Christmas, and you're going to pick a specific movie based on how you feel tonight. Right. We don't get to do that. We're just doing whatever's next on the schedule. So sometimes it's the exact wrong movie for the time of day or week or month.
Right.
And that means it's going to get a lower score. Where if I could dude, I don't freaking want to watch Cliffhanger right now. I want to watch Cliffhanger in a month when I'm bored as shit and I want to watch some stuff blow up.
Yeah.
So there's no way around that. We have a schedule.
Do you think you'll ever watch Cliffhanger again?
No, there's no chance.
The other thing that I put on my regrets is stuff we always talk about after we end the podcast. I need to work on my professionalism in the podcast booth.
Yeah.
Because I run fast and loose with the way I record. And I know I make it harder on you and intern Mike Jones. So I'm trying to lock that in.
Intern Mike Jones, by the way, has caught up on the episodes after we started making fun of him, and wants everyone to know that he's back engaged. He's back in current, even though he doesn't know who Sylvester Stallone is. No. He's like, you guys want me to come on by the end of the year? I was like, yeah, you got any opinions on Grumpy Old Men? He's like, never heard of it. I was like, I know, let's hold off for a second. We'll get you in there next year.
We'll get you in. The last thing is
yeah, dude, we're still getting better at the professionalism thing. I think the episodes sound pretty good. They could sound better. We've got our setups. We're still dialing them in. We're still learning.
People that don't record podcasts, but people that record stuff constantly tell me, you should try standing up when you record if you're trying to get better. I'm like, no, not a chance. Not doing that.
No, the thing to do if you want to get better is to listen back to your raw recordings to hear all the mistakes. But you don't ever do that because I edit all the podcasts. So whenever you do hear them, they sound great. I'm like, damn, I'm good at this. Out of them to make it sound good.
I'm good at this.
That's the idea.
I'm gonna work better. And then the last thing I put is just like you did for Tommy Lee Jones. I want to try to read my quotes in a better impression.
Yeah.
I need to practice the impression before I do it.
I know. Well, I think so. I think year one, we were actually playing clips of the quotes, which was kind of fun. And then I think sometime last year, we started saying like, dude, that takes a lot of work. Why don't we just read them and then we can do the impressions, which we both like. And either it's good and it's awesome, or it's horrible
it's really
and it's
bad.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So... And honestly, man,
I want to get better
I'm so
at it,
happy.
Though.
I know I love doing the freaking horrible impersonation of the quotes. I get a kick out of that. So
I feel like I can manipulate my voice enough to do some of these impressions better.
You're good at it, man. You're a lot better than I am. I was listening to Grumpy Old Men and your Walter Matthau impressions. I was like, that's spot on. That's really good.
Nice. Yeah, those are my only regrets and things I want to work on.
My other regret is, I always think of like 3 or 4 really good jokes after an episo's done.
Oh, dude, when you send them to me, I get so mad.
And I text Jeff and I'm like, dude, I texted him after Grumpy Old Man. I was like, dude, I was trying to get in. I meant to make some Christmas jokes. I was like, remember, let's put the Christ back in Christina Aguilera. was like, I had some Christmas stuff, like put the Han back in Hanukkah. I forgot it, or like
you missed him.
Or sometimes like Jeff says something and I don't hear it because our software, if we're both talking, I can't hear what he's saying. So I don't hear it until I go listen back. And I'm like, oh my God, if I'd heard that, I had such a great joke response to it.
Yeah.
But I'm doing the best we can over here.
Once we make this our job, we'll be able to take the speed rail to the middle ground between both of us, which is Cleveland, Mississippi. And we can record over at, what was that place we went to outside of Cleveland?
Po
Monkeys. Yeah. We can go to Po Monkeys each week and record our podcast.
Which is the actual name of a blues bar. It's not Jeff and I.
Po Monkeys.
And it's fantastic, by the way. Yeah, dude.
Remember they're not letting white people in that night?
Yes. I love that.
And we named the song and he let us in. That was great.
That was fantastic. Yeah, we could I think that we'll either take the light rail to Cleveland, Mississippi to record our episodes in person professionally, or more likely, we'll do Krusty style. Like, all right, I think we're done. I'll be in my 3-story trailer. Like, all right, Krusty, we're ready for you.
We're ready to roll. What the? Hey.
I shouldn't have said no to those cue cards.
Ooh,
things that we did good, things that we did well this year. We had some incredible guests. We had freaking Ned Ryerson, Stephen Tobolowsky. We had Ryan Toby and Mervyn Warren for Sister Act 2. And that was
so good.
Still kind of mind-boggling that we were able to talk to all those people.
Again, when I talk about this podcast with people that don't listen, and they're like, oh, you do a podcast? Yeah. I'm like, yeah, we get guests on and stuff. You should listen to it. And there's only 2 of those. And then once they get past that, they'll realize there is no other guest yet. But we're going to work on that.
I like to have guests, not a ton of them, but I want to have some. But the last half of this year, I was so busy. We were doing a bunch of Patreon and I had a bunch of stuff going on. I couldn't get far enough ahead to try and book people.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping next year I'll have a little bit more of a chance to do that, because there were a bunch of movies that I would have liked to have talked to people. And I think if I had more time, I probably could have booked someone, but
could have got somebody.
I was always like, it's Tuesday, we're recording on Wednesday, we don't have a guest. Well, we don't have a guest because I don't have time now.
There is no guest. Yeah.
I'm not Tom Cruise. I can't just pick up the phone and get anybody I want. It takes me like weeks of like figuring it out.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
And we also we want to continue to grow. We want to continue to do a good job. So if you guys want to hear things, if you're liking certain things, or if there's things that you would like on Patreon that are not currently there, let us know. We'd like to grow that as well. So anything that you guys, want to share with us, we're happy to hear.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. That's what I was going to say too. Like, these people that I work with give me feedback. And I'm like, dude, keep telling me this kind of stuff. Like,
that's awesome.
And it's not always good stuff. And that's what I like.
Yeah.
I like when I can find out how to fix it. So tell us.
Well, I think one of there are a couple rules for either making art or making content, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
One of which is you have to provide value. Our value is entertainment, because it's
right.
There's nothing else that we're doing here. If this is not entertaining to you, just go away. This is not the thing.
Now, I will tell you though, some people go, yeah, I didn't know that. Like the whole, it was Jen. And my sister said something about Blockbuster. She didn't realize Steven Spielberg invented Blockbuster and what that all means.
With Jaws. So hopefully you're getting some nuggets of information, but unless you play a lot of trivia, they're not going to really benefit you in your life. This is not like this podcast will not help you get in shape or help you make money. It's just entertainment. It's
just entertainment.
So we're trying to provide value in the form of entertainment. And then the other part is, but that's not important. Marge, you know what I'm talking about. I drove that blue car.
Drove that blue car? Oh, that other so-called wicked man. It's all right. I'll just repent on my deathbed.
Anyway, did you want to re-rate anything?
I did.
All right.
2 reasons. One, I wasn't in the right mood, like we talked about. And I gave Tombstone a 6.5, and I've got nothing but trash from everybody. And then I went back and watched it. I didn't see the whole thing. I stopped maybe 70% through, and I was like, yeah, I did this movie wrong. I should have, because I think it landed in a 7 and I gave it a 6.5.
Yeah, you gave it a 6.5.
I should have given it an 8. So I would give that an 8.
I gave it an 8. It's fantastic. I know you're not a big Western guy because there's outdoors and there's all the horses and stuff, but Tombstone, for Westerns, Tombstone is one of the best.
Yeah.
I was going to re-rate Schindler's List. I gave it a 6.5, also shared with Striking Distance, just because it's so hard. Because when I rate the movies, I'm trying to think, like, how much do I want to watch this again? So it's really not really like how good does JT think this movie is. It's like how much does he ever want to see it again? Which is maybe kind of a weird way to do that. So I was thinking,
well, no, that's definitely a thing. But like
Schindler's List is incredible. I just don't want to watch it again. It's so wrenching. Like it's just hard.
Some of the parts of the things I watch for when I watch Schindler's List, or like I watch it for different things, but you're right. It's super visceral and it's hard to watch.
The reason I'm trying to figure that out, I think I'd bump that from a 6.5 to an 8 because it is fantastic. And I want to make sure that I fully capture that. It's just not one that I really want to like watch a bunch, but I got to I know there are 2 movies in 94 that fall into that same category. Forrest Gump and Philadelphia. Those are movies that I think are incredible, that are so brutal that I just can't watch them all that often. So I want to figure out how to rate them properly because I know they're both going to get, I'm guessing, better than a 6.5. Forrest Gump, I definitely expect to be quite a bit. So it's
Philadelphia, I've only seen once, so we'll have to see what that brings for me. But
yeah, dude, we'll figure it out.
I mean, it came out in 93, but whatever.
Let's do it next. That way it's close to the border of 93 and 94.
Yeah. We'll do that. We'll do that early on.
Yeah. We got PCU up next though.
Yeah, we do. That's what I was going to say. Do you want to talk about some of those 94 movies? Can we?
Yeah, I didn't.
You want to list off like 3 that you're really wanting to do?
Yeah, dude. I got to find the list though. Why don't you get started?
Okay. The three that I really want to do that. How about this? I want to list 3 that I want to do that people aren't expecting. How about that?
Okay.
Because everybody knows we're going to do Lion King and Forrest Gump. So like, I want to do The Chase with Christy Swanson and Charlie Sheen. Yeah. I want to do Renaissance Man with Danny DeVito.
Oh man, I love Renaissance Man.
And I'm super excited to do PCU.
Yeah, PCU is phenomenal. Renaissance Man is phenomenal. The Chase, I don't think is going to be phenomenal, but I'm definitely excited to do it. I'm trying.
I can't.
Dude, looking at the list, the movies that I like the most that, or maybe a little bit under the radar, Blank Man, obviously, which made like $6. Maverick, the Mel Gibson poker movie.
Oh yeah,
I freaking love it. I love that movie
with James Garner. Yeah,
and
I like that movie
and Jodie Foster, dude.
Right,
fantastic.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. Like if we can do obviously Time Cop. No, I'm just joking. We're still iffy on Time Cop. Is that the one where he does the splits?
Terminal Velocity.
Yeah. And I'm also excited to get into the Jim Carrey era of comedies because I really like that guy.
So great.
But yeah, man, I think the top 2 for me would be Blank Man and Maverick. But also like Speed. I mean, Speed's a big movie for 94. But I'm like, oh, dude, I can't wait to do Speed. I love that movie.
What's that movie where they have to drive the bus a certain speed and they can't go below that speed because if they go below that speed, the whole thing blows up?
All right. So we're not going to release our full 94 list. We'll just tell you every episode what we're going to do next. We want to remind you guys, though, if you want to force us to do an episode we weren't going to do, you can join our Patreon at the Michael Keaton Batman tier, $40 a month. Even if you only do 1 month, and you can force us to watch a movie, which we did have someone do last year.
Oh,
so
man.
if there's a movie in 94,
but I'm glad they did.
Freaking better do. Yeah. Interview with a Vampire. It's like, we might not. So you might want to get in there and do some Patreon magic.
I'm really glad that we did Fear the Black Hat, though.
Yeah, dude, that was awesome.
Fantastic.
All right, man. That wraps up our second annual Nathans.
I can't believe I can't believe we're still calling them Nathans.
It'll be great because by the time the 94 awards episode rolls around, we'll have forgotten about that joke and we'll get to bring it back all over again. It'll be just as dumb.
We'll bring back the Nathans. Or they might have a better hot dog brand out by then. They won't.
No, there's not. Nathans is the jam. No. We'll be back next week with our first episode of 94, which is going to be PCU.
PCU.
New England Clam Chowder. Never make me stand out there. God, man, I love PCU.
Whoa,
I wonder if we can get Jeremy Piven. The answer is no. We cannot.
The answer is no.
Piven. But I can't wait for 94 and I can't wait for PCU. Thank you guys so much for listening. Please feel free to support the arts on Patreon. Join us on Discord. Yeah.
Vaya con Dios.
Vaya con Dios. Thanks for listening to Movie Life Crisis. Please subscribe, rate, and review. And remember, don't drive angry.